Game, please.
Oh,
He cannot take it anymore.
I'm missing one snake ball sack to complete the venom sack. Where's that fucking trader guy? I need to switch. My blades need to switch. He ain't fucking here.
Sure, there's a lot of portals over here. For that guy to be
I
like,
thought
I thought it was
portals are
a
a
myth.
myth.
There's so fucking many of them.
The monsters are destroying his farm, and we must help him, of course.
My livestock, my farm.
The lizards aren't even doing anything. They're just like inspecting this shit, like you know, the whatever the name is for the in English for the guys who check the land and make measurements.
Inspector.
Basically, yeah, they're just inspectors here. They're just measuring the land, seeing who owns how much, and they're just here like anarchy, bitch. And they're just
We're
ruining
gonna stand
everything.
in your field, man. You can't kick us out. This is nature, man.
Stupid dude. Back on the topic of stupid shit, by the way, because there's still a few more things I wanted to mention before we devolve back down into 3 hours of, oh, look at that, a monster, I killed him.
Good kill, man.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. There were a few other things that I noticed, two more in particular. One more, what am I saying? One of them, I mean, my tongue is pretty shit today. Must be the toothpaste.
Yes, go ahead.
But, I think yesterday or maybe the day before, I see a thread, and the guy's like, well, you know where I saw that thread, by the way, the subreddit.
Oh no.
And I see the guy asking, you know, I want to get into the community. How do I do that? And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Of course, it sounds like I'm being a massive elitist asshole, but let's think about this for a moment. How does one communicate with a community? By talking,
Open
of
a
course.
thread.
Well, that works too, but basically the idea is you talk with people. Everyone else said the same thing. I pitched in as well. I said, you could try talking. I hear it works.
Too sarcastic for him?
I don't know if he responded or not, but I don't give a shit. It's just a little kind of a no shit kind of a thing. I mean, seriously, people can just come up to these conclusions themselves, but it feels like we don't even bother. They're waiting for others to spoon feed them.
They can also use the search feature and search for the same topic that has been made many, many times.
It's probably somewhere in the wiki by now.
Yes.
They have an entire wiki page on how to talk with people.
Communication, it's called.
It's very important. It helps you to build relationships and organize collaborations. Fucking hell.
Collaborations? Who does that shit?
Who even does that anymore? Fucking plebs, that's who. But I think the stupidest thing that I've seen was the death thread.
Oh no. Not again, please. I can't.
I cannot stand this.
I can't hear it. Can't hear it again.
I cannot bear this anymore. Well, I have to say it because it's kind of dumb. What I was about to say important, but then I realized no, it's not. Basically, the idea is this. A guy who I have learned recently is an SJW pussy who is also alleged to be a tranny. What a fucking shocker. Has made a thread on the same subreddit saying, "Death threat is a death threat, period." Well, okay, what is exactly there that we do not know? Death threat is a death threat. What are you trying to say? That it's something else? Okay. So I check it out, and it's a fucking marathon of reading. It's like trying to read the release changelog of Grim Dawn It was fucking huge. I just skimmed through it, and well, the idea that I got from it is that he was very emotional when he wrote it, to the point where he wasn't exactly thinking straight anymore. Not that I'm
Well,
sure he ever did.
I mean, he's a tranny, so I don't know if he... Anyways, bad joke.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a bad joke, actually. Let's sidetrack for a little bit, because the thread is bullshit, who cares? But, what is your opinion on the transgenderism? It's okay, it will not kill you.
Guess it's their life. As long as it doesn't affect me, that doesn't... What I have to say doesn't affect them.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page, but I also think that this transgenderism thing is not exactly normal. It's kind of like a mental disorder, and a lot of scientists agree with that idea as well. But the thing is, I don't say that just because they have that they should be treated like a bunch of maniacs. No, I think they should be treated like people who need some help. They should be treated like patients, you know, with respect. Because it's pretty obvious at this point in time that if you believe strongly that you're a man in a woman's body or vice versa, well, something is not right with your brain. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of things that can happen with the brain. It's not exactly impervious or anything of that. But to do nothing about it and to encourage it as a normal thing, that is actually harmful.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. That gets too
sensitive?
Touchy for some people, but I would be more inclined to believe the same thing where, like, okay, you're attracted to the same sex. I can understand that. That's a thing. But to completely believe that you are a man trapped in a woman's body is just a little ludicrous, in my opinion. But it doesn't affect me, so I have no ill will towards those people.
Me neither. I just think that they should consider consulting a doctor if they ever have these kind of thoughts, instead of just listening to a bunch of random people who have no fucking idea what it's all about. Like, if you're gonna listen to other trannies who are propagating the idea of transgenderism as a completely normal thing, no, that's bad. It actually is more harmful than they think it is. And if a person really believes that they are what they think they are, well, there are tools, there are people to talk with. Everything can be arranged. They just have to consult the people who know more about this, who are experts in the field, before taking any actions. Because
I think the problem...
there are cases where people regret changing their gender afterwards, and then there's nothing they can do about it.
Well, I think that's the problem is, you know, when they go, people who are on the fence about it, they don't know what the hell they're feeling. Talk to people who are really supportive of only one's decision, it doesn't really balance anything out for people.
Exactly, that's why I think they should go to the professionals who will help them out to make up their mind.
Yeah.
Because they are the ones who can help. They know what's up, they've been studying this stuff for a while. They are the ones who are supposed to help you, that's their job. Random people from the internet or the street, the fuck do they know?
Well, I think too, those people that, you know, want to help, you know, they only help so much as to feel that, you know, maybe they're still uncomfortable, and it makes them feel more normal knowing that they can help other people feel just like they do. You know what I mean?
I suppose so, but they shouldn't be enabling them to, you know, do irrational decisions.
Oh, no, I agree. I just mean that they might be pushing their own agenda to feel more normal in their own skin, like maybe they're still uncomfortable with it. But influencing others probably isn't the best way to go.
Yeah,
I would agree. See a professional first. You know? And then
Yeah,
once you make your decision, then talk with those people.
yeah, but I want to emphasize a point here. I don't want to dwell on this topic too long myself, but I feel it's kind of necessary nowadays. Because, you know, all this bullshit going on around the internet and everywhere else. You kind of have to take a stance. Uh,
Well, go
I
ahead.
want to emphasize a point that this is for adults. This whole thing that I mentioned. But whenever it touches upon kids, they don't really have the mental capacity to understand what the hell is transgenderism in the first place. They shouldn't be influenced by anyone in particular. They should, and I think even must, see a doctor if they have these kind of feelings. Because
Yeah.
they can definitely help fix the issue. There are cases where little kids they're leaning towards those kind of thoughts. They've been sorted out, even without having to resort to the extreme decisions like changing your gender altogether. And then you see articles like 4-year-old changes gender. You're just wondering, what the fuck?
No, I don't want to see. I don't want to see that.
That's just stupid. The kid had no say in the decision. It's obviously done by the parent. And he's pushing his bullshit on him. Or her, whatever the kid's gender is.
Right.
I don't agree with that.
If people just made up their own damn decisions, we wouldn't be having this conversation at all. But
Exactly.
it seems people don't know what the fuck they want.
But that's just the problem nowadays, isn't it? People are having such a hard time making their fucking decisions nowadays by themselves that they rely on others to tell them what to do on almost everything.
Especially on the fucking internet.
With that in mind, death threats. What about those death threats? Well, like I said, the emotional drama queen who has made a thread, he was very emotional about it, but he basically said that you should totally make a big deal out of it. Well, okay, yeah, I agree. Death threats are a serious thing and they shouldn't be swept under the rug. But if you think that it's a serious thing, take it to the cops. The internet is not 911. It doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. No.
If anything,
Agree
you're
with
just
that.
making it worse by calling it out on the internet because you're making all the people who are making the death threats towards you aware that you're making noise about them. They'll just disappear. And after a while, they'll re-emerge again and start sending you death threats again. You're not making the situation better by shouting throughout the internet that you're being threatened.
Right.
It's like if you see
Yeah,
someone
and-
getting murdered or being assaulted or something, and you're, instead of calling the cops right away, you're just shouting at the top of your lungs, "Help! Help!" That doesn't
Well,
quite work.
what was the point of the thread? Was he just complaining about people making the threats, or was he legitimately like, I don't know which routes to go, I don't know who to contact for this, because
He was just bitching. He was practically trying to get attention, because he never even mentioned anything in particular about the death threats. All he was trying to say in his huge essay of nothing is that death threats are a serious thing, to which everyone in the thread thankfully said no shit.
please tell us something we don't know, sir.
And then afterwards I talked with some of the familiar faces about the character. I mentioned his name and they're like, "Oh, that guy." And this isn't the first time I see him making these emotional appeals too. Every time I see him post, it's always something to do with him, his emotions, and how he is a transsexual or something of the sort.
It sounds like he needs to see a fucking counselor. The internet is not a counselor. It's the worst thing. Furthest from a counselor.
The internet is like a fucking Wild West. You don't go here to get counseling, of all things.
No. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Exactly. You don't even have a secure and reliable way of confirming that whatever info you're getting here is fact. anything could be falsified and made look like it's real. Hell, Wikipedia isn't even a reliable source. It can be edited by just anyone.
Anytime.
Yeah, and if a guy knows what he's doing, who the hell's gonna know what he made? Besides checking the change logs.
Right.
But now that you got all the bullshit out of the way, let's distance ourselves from the reality of life and talk about how fucking bright the snow is. Oh my god.
What are we even doing in this snow?
We are actually traveling on the Silk Road to China.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but for some reason this snow has been rendered very shittily. It's so bright. I'm going blind here, actually.
Yeah, the snow in the caverns, like the misty stuff. Oh my goodness.
If this is just ridiculous, can you even tell that you're walking on snow besides all these patches of grey? I don't think you can.
I don't know. Maybe mine looks different. Mine looks kind of like snow. I mean, it looks like I'm just walking on white. That's
Well,
all. That's
on
it.
my screen, it looks like I'm walking on a white sheet of paper. With some pencil marks. It's really fucking white. I don't know why it's so white.
Rhyme spirit. What the hell are these?
Are these some kind of ice demons? Rhyme sprites and ice sprites.
Sprite?
Mmm.
Give me some Sprite.
I haven't drank any Sprite in a long time. Holy shit.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
I could go for some Sprite. But that shit is so bubbly, I don't even know. Every time I drink it and then I have to burp, it goes right through the
You don't
nose.
like the bubbly? You don't like the bubbly, man?
I like the bubbly, but I think there's too much bubbly.
Too much bubbly? Yeah, you're probably right.
It goes out of your fucking nose no matter how you burp it out.
And it burns sometimes. You get those really really good burps where it goes out of your nose and your nose is like on fire for a moment.
Yeah, it feels like you're getting sulfur burns.
Oh.
It really doesn't feel all that comfortable. I hate that fucking feeling. But at least it's not as bad as Coca-Cola.
You talking shit about Coke, boy?
You talking shit about Coke, boy? Well, yes, I am talking shit about Coke. Coke is dope.
Hell yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad drink if you drink it moderately, you know, like alcohol. But
what about like soda pop and Stas, where he drinks like fucking 8 Cokes every stream, and probably has diabetes?
I don't fucking know. The idea is very simple behind Coke. It has a lot of fucking sugar and a lot of other bullshit. It's not very good for your health. You might as well be eating sugar cubes.
Then what's the fun in that?
You get to eat and feel the flavor. Yeah, that sounds like a hobo talk. I'm sorry, I don't have any money for food.
Hobo talk.
Well, speaking of hobo talk, I've been a little short on money this month, but that's okay. I have been able to stock myself up with food beforehand.
Man, you're posting some gourmet pictures on Twitter of like 6 sausages with a big ass bowl of macaroni and shit. I was like, damn, I want some of that. That looks bomb.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I stocked up on that shit. That stuff can stay in my fridge for months.
I would eat that every day. Sausage and macaroni every day? Hell yeah.
You know, speaking of food, I have devised a recipe that will make sure that if you have shitty guests, they will not come back to you ever again.
What are these recipes?
I call this recipe Jizzy's Worms.
Oh, I don't even want to eat it from the name. I don't even want to see what it looks like.
Basically, it's spaghetti mixed with mayonnaise. It's as bad as you think it sounds, because it is. I mean, I boiled some spaghetti. I didn't have any tomato sauce or any of that shit. I'm like, maybe.
Why would you do that to yourself? Why?
I still had some mayonnaise. I thought maybe this wouldn't be too bad. Maybe.
Jizzy Worms. He comes up with the Jizzy Worms name.
I mean, that's how it looked like. It looked like fucking ass worms covered in jizz.
Oh my god. That sounds fucking... I don't know if I'm even gonna eat today now. Jizzy Worms may have ruined my appetite for the entire day.
That's why I'm saying, if you got shitty guests that keep fucking bothering you, offer some Jizzy Worms.
Oh my god.
No, but seriously, you might think, well, maybe it'll work. Mayonnaise tastes pretty good, spaghetti looks and tastes pretty good. Maybe the two can mix. No, it cannot. Trust me,
I'm gonna be honest. If those two things were in my, refrigerator and cupboard, I would not think to mix them. I would probably just be like, well, I'll have a spoon of mayonnaise. I'm having a spoon of mayonnaise, and then I'll have noodles noodles with butter. That's what you gotta get. You gotta get some butter. Butter noodles is the easiest meal ever.
You mean butter spaghetti?
Butter spaghetti. That would work too.